Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Now this, a very short kick. We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jones looking to throw right away. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of the game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you...
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
Here's Brian Anger now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return, here's Agnew. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Now Jones. This is caught. It's Boyd. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing Jones.
And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
We ought to just keep this line on a loop because we say it so often. 1st down, Tyler Boyd. He's thrived in a high-volume role for the Cincinnati Bengals, averaging almost 80 catches and 950 yards a season over the last 4.
They'll run here with Pierce.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
2nd down and goal. Jones. Touchdown! George Kittle, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Hey, 66.
From the 16, Brady. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Nakobe Dean brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Agnew now to return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. An update from Denver. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Jones now on 1st and 10. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Yards, the final tally.
1st down, Bengals.
Let's go now.
After 1, 7-0. RDA Sports.
Bengals 7, Cowboys nothing.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Pierce. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. Now that's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. He's got it. Touchdown Bengals. George Kittle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Bengals 14, Cowboys nothing.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Brady. The open man here, Renfro. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
The Cowboys had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is.
He's got a man, complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Brady.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Throwing now is Brady. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 23.
So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Into the red zone, it's Brady.
Here's Chubb, back-to-back catches for him.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Bengals 4-yard line.
Ozzie! Cover!
Brady now to throw. Drops it off for Chubb. Touchdown, Cowboys! Nick Chubb from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make our score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity, unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
A run for Pierce out of the gun. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 29, Jones. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, and now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Finding space at the 40 and out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Well, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Man open, here is Jones. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Wait, that. Hey, ball 66.
On 2nd and goal, Brady eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. And Brady will sneak it. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tom Brady as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Gano the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jameson Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. 1 second, all that remains. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
There's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And again, it's Chubb. Oh, nice move. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now they'll throw with Brady. Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Play action. Now it's Brady. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. This is fielded at the 7. He almost outkicked the coverage. A 57-yard punt, 15 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, Definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
He's airing it out for Williams. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there for Cincinnati. 56 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Pierce on the counter. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Jones keeping it on the sneak. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Now Brady. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now Brady to try again after the pick 6. He's up to the 20. And some room to work. Now he's free up the right sideline. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Now Brady. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. From just shy of midfield, Brady, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Brady. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Brady. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Shotgun now for Brady. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now Brady got to have this one. Flush to his right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he is going to have the Cowboys 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They go up the middle with Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Jones. Now the Bengals going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Chubb will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught out in the left flat. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get 2 closer here on the fake extra point. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
At the 26-yard line.
Now Jones. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Jones throwing on 4th down.
He's got this, complete to Williams. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Throwing Jones. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
On 4th down, Jones. He's airing it out for Williams.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Cowboys are going to have it here just past the 25.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's got Landry. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Brady.
Pass complete to Chubb.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. To throw, it's Brady. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. He'll get it inside the 20, and he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. His pass caught at the 4. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught out in the left flat. And he's across for 2 points. Boy, a gutsy call right there, but the fake works, and they get the 2 instead of 1. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Another carry for Pierce. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Pierce now up the middle, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Tackle made there by Matt Milano. A couple more minutes and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different, but ultimately time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just 1 possession.
Not the 4th quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for Cincinnati, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jones looking to throw right away. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now Jones on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. This defense for the Jets, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Jones on third down. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. Now a handoff for Pierce. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second and inches, Jones completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And 3rd and 1 now. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And able to get this out to the 25.
their own 25-yard line.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Powering forward, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Jets at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. Now, the Bengals had the remarkable run to the Super Bowl last year, but one team that gave them trouble were these New York Jets. You might remember back in Week 8, it was the Jets rallying behind backup Mike White, who threw for 405 yards and 3 touchdowns, and a 34-31 New York victory over the Bengals. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And he'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
The slot man in motion right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Goff now to throw. Rolling to his left. And that is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 4th down, Goff. The left side completion to Jones. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. From the red zone now, Goff. Touchdown, Jets. Marvin Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
2nd and 5 now. Jones. And that is incomplete here.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Jones. And this one is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Jones now throwing on 4th down. And able to haul it in is Kittle.
And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. George Kittle with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Jets 7.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
There's Manhertz, the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Goff now looking to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. And the slot man goes in motion left. Here we go on 4th. Goff. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Down to about the 22 here.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll give to Kamara here on the option. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 75. And the Jets are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. A short kick taken at the 18.
The Bengals take over first down at their own 28-yard line.
Bengals drive about to get going.
Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Jones. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. Being chased out left. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll try the air now with Goff. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Goff. And this one too low.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, and turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. A short kick taken at the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Goff. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the... And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown! That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer. Well, the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jameson Williams, 75 yards. And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Now a first down throw. Goff. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy in addition to the pencil.
And those last for
a long time.
No doubt.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
A short kick taken at the 18. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Kamara gets it again on second down.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. To throw is Goff. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. On 1st and 10, Goff. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Jones.
This one finds Pierce on the out route.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Give to Pierce.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Jones. This one caught by Kittle. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. That's good for 28 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll run it here with Pierce. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, Jones. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Left side, he finds Pierce. And he is going to have a Bengals first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Now Jones throwing on first down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Jamal Agnew, 30 yards. And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Bengals 35, Jets 24.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On first down, it's Goff. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
The Jets on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
Hold on. Check.
Here's Goff. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
A run for Pierce out of the gun. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw. Jones. He's airing it out for Williams. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. But probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 76, 76.
Goff. On the check down, he finds Kamara. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold. And
that is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. From 21 yards away.
And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And that will make this a 4-point game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
Room here to run. And now the rookie's free. The 30. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
So minutes after giving up the lead in the 4th quarter, they say not so fast. Big play, and they grab that lead right back.
Talk about a seesaw game. Up, down, up, down. Did you have a seesaw? Did you play that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Out on the playground, absolutely.
You had to make sure that you matched weight, though, on the other side, though, right? Otherwise, you could be up in the air a long time.
By the way, we're not done in this one. I think we're set up for an exciting finish.
From the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Kamara. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here we go.
Goff. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Goff. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Goff now to throw. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Goff. Locates Kamara on the out route. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Back to throw. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. So Goff will lead his guys up to the line to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And no, it's incomplete. So they can't convert for 2, but they still have the lead as we get toward the end of the 4th.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked by Tracy Walker.
And the Jets are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Jets, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.